The night was still, but beneath the silence, something far more dangerous was stirring. King Cushan-Rishathaim of Aram, and his empire of darkness sprawling across the land of Israel, ruling with an iron fist. The once proud nation of Israel had been reduced to shadows, their cries for freedom drowned by the weight of tyranny. One by one, they lost it all with every passing day. Have you ever felt like every path you take only leads to more pain and your prayers go unanswered? But like in this story, God always has good plans for his children. A new leader would rise, a deliverer. What if your deliverance is closer than you think? And the answer lies in the unlikeliest of places. This is the Bible story of the first judge of Israel. And what can his story teach us today? Music in the days when the people of Israel had no king, they did what seemed right in their own eyes. They had settled in the land that God had promised them, but peace was short. The nation once unified under Joshua now faced the consequences of forsaking the God who had delivered them from Egypt. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord. They forgot the Lord their God, and served the Baals and the Ashtoreths. Judges 3-7. Their hearts turned to idols, abandoning the God who had parted the Red Sea for them. And because of their rebellion, God allowed them to fall into the hands of their enemies. For 8 long years, the Israelites groaned under the oppressive rule of King Cushan-Rishathaim of Aram, Nahor, a powerful king from Mesopotamia. The anger of the Lord burned against Israel, so that he sold them into the hands of Cushan-Rishathaim, king of Aram, and they were subject to him for 8 years. Judges 3-8. The Israelites cried out to God in their misery, but would their cries be answered? Had God forsaken them, or would he show mercy again? The air was thick with the desperation of a people longing for deliverance. As Israel suffered under the weight of their disobedience, they wondered, would God, in his mercy, raise a deliverer, or was their fate sealed under the hand of their oppressors? The cries of the Israelites reached the heavens, and God's mercy stirred. For 8 years, they had endured the oppression of King Cush. But as the people began to repent and seek God with all their hearts, something began to shift. But when they cried out to the Lord, he raised up for them a deliverer. Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, who saved them. Judges 3-9. Othniel, a courageous warrior, was the man chosen by God to bring salvation. The Bible did not describe in details the specific procedure by which God called Othniel, whether as a formal vision or direct message. It just states that after the death of Joshua, the nephew of Caleb, one of the 2 faithful spies who had helped lead the Israelites into the Promised Land, was chosen by God to be Israel's first judge. Othniel was born into a family that was deeply rooted in the heritage of Israel's faith and struggle. His father Kenaz was known as one of the warriors of the tribe of Judah, but it was Othniel's uncle, Caleb, who was the true figurehead of faith and courage for the family. Caleb was the only one among the spies who had trusted in God's word, and as a result, he was rewarded with a portion of the Promised Land. Othniel grew up under Caleb's influence, witnessing firsthand the unwavering faith of his uncle. From his youth, Othniel was taught the ways of God and the importance of standing firm in one's beliefs. This foundation in faith and courage would guide Othniel's journey as he rose to become Israel's first judge. Othniel's first major victory came when he conquered the city of Derir, also known as Kiriath-Sepher. This city had been fortified by the Canaanites and was a significant stronghold in the region. Caleb, having already taken Hebron, offered his daughter Aksa's hand in marriage to the man who had captured Deir. I will give my daughter Aksa in marriage to the man who attacks and captures Kiriath-Sepher. Judges 1:12. Othniel, full of the courage instilled in him by his family, accepted this challenge and captured the city. Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, the city of Deir, and so Caleb gave his daughter Aksa to him in marriage. Judges 11:13. This victory marked the beginning of Othniel's rise as a leader and warrior in Israel. And his marriage to Aksa was not just a personal milestone. It was symbolic of the unity between faith and action. Aksa, as Caleb's daughter, was herself a woman of faith. She believed in the promises God had made to her people. One day when she came to Othniel, she urged him to ask her father for a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What can I do for you?" She replied, "Do me a special favor. Since you have given me land in the negative, give me also springs of water." So Caleb gave her the upper and lower springs. Judges Music 1:14-15. This spoke to how wise, strategic, and a woman of faith Akash was. And her marriage toil would continue the legacy of Caleb's courage and God's faithfulness. After the victory at Deir, Othniel became well renowned. He established his own identity outside of his family's legacy. He was not a king or priest, but a man of faith. The Bible doesn't describe him as a man of great wealth or power, but as one who had been faithful to God. With the Spirit of the Lord upon him, he was about to face an impossible enemy and deliver Israel from its bondage. But even as Othniel's name was raised in the heavens, could he stand against the mighty forces of Cushan-Rishathaim? The oppression had been heavy, and the people of Israel had little hope left. What could one man do? Othniel's mission was clear: lead Israel to victory. But would the people of Israel, so steeped in their sin, follow him? Could this man, chosen,